Hey, it's Nikki. You're on the NikkiThomasNetwork.com, and today, my friends, I am at my favorite place in the whole wide world, Brown Sugar Kitchen in West Oakland, and I have the pleasure of having as our guest today the chef and owner, Tanya Holland. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Glad to have you here.
Oh, I'm glad that you are here and that you are cooking this fabulous food. Now, you know, when you look around this place, it's beautiful. It's right here in West Oakland. What inspired you to do this?
Well, that's the first question everyone asks me. You know, I've worked all over the country, the world, and we moved to this neighborhood about 4 years ago, my husband and I, and we just love it here. We love the community, and we want to create community here. You know, I had to get in my car to go get a cup of coffee. So I saw a need and a niche to be filled, and that's what we've done here, and it's been great.
Now, one thing I see this art on the walls. This is a very specific thing. You've got a restaurant, and you want to put wonderful things on the wall, but who is this artist? And tell us more about that person.
The artist is a friend of ours, Amanda Williams. She's a trained architect, and she decided to pursue her love of fine arts and painting and photography a few years ago. And we were speaking with her about what our vision was for this restaurant. We really wanted, you know, every detail was very important, and so we wanted to have a permanent art display, and we came up with the idea of black and white photography about what's sweet about West Oakland. There's so much great imagery in Oakland, beautiful old buildings, just little, you know, pieces of the neighborhood that we wanted to represent on the walls.
Now, I'll tell you the first thing that happens when you walk into Brown Sugar Kitchen. You walk in and you see the fabulous desserts back there, and you see the cookbook. Bam, it's right there. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, one of my intentions with this book was so that the non-cook could enjoy it. You know, I tried to make the recipes really user-friendly. I listed a pantry in the beginning so you go shopping, get all your ingredients. Nothing too exotic, so you wouldn't have to search all over for it. But then to make them interesting enough. You know, some of them we're using in the restaurant, like the cornbread, but then we switch it up a little bit to make it interesting. But the home cook, these are all really easy, straightforward recipes. Some of them very familiar, some of them a little more challenging. But it's also a pretty coffee table book. I wanted full color photos so that people will be inspired by the photos. Well, that was the other thing that I really saw when I walked in here. I saw this beautiful counter, which was already here. And I thought, this should just be filled with baked goods. You know, baked goods are a very big part of Southern cooking, you know, and this restaurant is an updated, you know, our cuisine is updated Southern food, updated soul food, a little Caribbean, a little Creole. And I hired a baker who came on board a few months ago, Gillian Shaw, and she is gifted.
You know, one of the first things I notice, how friendly everybody is around here. And you know, when that happens, it's not an accident. You've got a great staff. Tell us a bit about them and how you brought all these people together.
Well, I feel lucky that I've attracted these people. Everyone is invested in the success of the restaurant. Everyone is here to make our customers have the best time possible. Everybody smiles, everyone's friendly. They enjoy the food themselves so they can talk about it. I think that's key. I make sure they eat so that they can, you know, explain the flavors. A lot of them live in the neighborhood, so they're really committed, you know, and that shows.
Let's talk a little bit about you're a female entrepreneur, and there's so many ladies that might see this that need a little bit of a push, a little bit of motivation, inspiration. How do you stay inspired, and what would you tell other budding female entrepreneurs who want to be where you are?
Well, I try to surround myself by other entrepreneurs, you know, people who have positive outlooks, people who see the opportunity in things, you know, their doors open all the time. A few may close, but they always open. There's a lot of support if you look for it. And just stay true to your vision. If you have a vision, if you're doing things you love, then you will be successful.
Thank you so much. Building community, cooking good food, and just doing big positive things right here in West Oakland. Make sure you come out and visit Brown Sugar Kitchen, 2534 Mandela Parkway, right here in the neighborhood. So come on out and visit. I'm going to have a, what do you call those waffles?
Cornmeal waffle.
Cornmeal waffle. What kind of syrup is it?
Apple cider syrup and brown sugar butter.
my absolute favorite. Excuse me, okay? Thanks for being with us. Nikki Thomas on the NikkiThomasNetwork.com.